Don't then spend 2 hours watching a series when you know you have a pure maths exam the next day. Just remember, God is with you. You can do this. The third tip is actually something that I've recently learned. It's called the prime method. Basically, it's like reading outside your syllabus. And I know a lot of you guys will be skeptical about this one, but guys, it works wonders. Trust me. Like, I'll give an example. Let's say you're learning about, I don't know, enzymes. Just go watch like a 5 to 10 minute video on the history of enzymes. Like, Cambridge doesn't need you to know that, but there is something about just knowing the topic outside of your syllabus that helps you to understand it better, because once you understand where all the complex things come from, it becomes so much clearer and so much simpler. So if you just understand the bigger picture, when you then turn back to the stuff in your syllabus, you will understand, guys. Trust me, just try it. It doesn't have to be long. It could be even one page on that certain topic outside of the syllabus, or a YouTube video if you don't like reading that much. It helps you to understand the topic better. And you can also use ChatGPT. Like, guys, I know ChatGPT has been painted as a bad thing, and yes, people have been using it badly, but it has worked wonders for me personally. It's been helping me to understand things. So if you just want to understand things on a bigger level, use ChatGPT, use YouTube, use articles. It does not have to be long. It can be for 5 minutes just to get a bigger picture, so that when you do go back to the stuff in your syllabus, you're able to understand where it's actually coming from, because you can't just mindlessly read and just cram. Make sure you understand your concepts, because it will get back to you. I can attest to that. Some things I crammed last year are coming back to me now, and I'm thinking I should have learned those stuff properly. Chill. So that is my advice. And then the last study tip I have is using the Pomodoro method. I'm not gonna lie, at first I was very skeptical about this, because I'm someone that does long study sessions. So I will study for 7 hours straight. And the idea of having little breaks in between bothered me. I was like, how am I supposed to concentrate if I'm breaking in between? But at some point my attention span decreased, my focus levels decreased, and I couldn't focus for more than 5 minutes. I would be studying something, and then I think, oh, let me go watch that Instagram video. Oh, I have to answer that message. But the Pomodoro method helps you to stay focused. It's basically you do 25 minutes of deep work, studying, the most you can study, guys, for 25 minutes, and then you take a 5-minute break, and then you just continue going. So in my instance, when I'm studying for 7 hours, it'll be 25-5, 25-5, 25-5, 25-5 until the 7 hours is up. What this actually helps me to do is to ensure that I don't get distracted. And what I do, I always have a sticky note. So the little thoughts that I get, you have to answer that message, I write it down on my sticky note, so that in my 5-minute break I can carry that out. And if I don't manage to finish it, I'll do it in my next 5-minute break, so that in that 25 minutes I'm only thinking about what I'm studying. I'm only focusing on that. So if I think I have to buy bananas, I write it down, buy bananas. In my 5-minute break, I'll put a reminder to buy bananas. If you know you have a very low attention span, use the Pomodoro method, because you're focused for 25 minutes straight, and all those little intrusive thoughts not to study, you can finish them in that 5 minutes and then go back. It really helps. I know it sounds like it's unstable, but it has worked wonders for me. I've gotten so much work done with the Pomodoro method, and it will help you to actually get content done, rather than sitting there for 1 hour with no breaks and you've barely done anything. So 25 minutes of deep work will work for you. Now we're going to get into 4 things to do during exams. Now, the number 1 tip I have for you is very, cliche, but it's very important. Hydrate and exercise. So I know people don't like to exercise, but it's very important during exams because exercising helps to stimulate your brain and it helps you to just think better. So in the morning, it doesn't have to be anything intense. Like it could be like 10 minutes of Pilates or like, I don't know, like 5 minutes of just like extreme steps, like jogging. You know, those things when people are like, yeah, I like jogging in one place. Just do something that will stimulate your brain. And in terms of hydrating, exam season here in Zimbabwe is hot. It's hot. You don't want to be having a headache in your exam or fainting or whatever. Stay hydrated. It's important to stay hydrated during exam season. My second tip is to find time to relax. Like if you're using your brain all the time, like it's gonna get tired, and you don't want to be having a tired brain whilst you're writing your final exams. So even if it's just talking to your friends, watching an episode of your favorite series, like, but do have discipline. If it's time to study, it's time to study, but also find time to relax. Take a walk outside in nature. Just do something that will help your brain. Take time to just reset, that will help you to just relax. Do anything that you enjoy, but be disciplined. Like, don't then spend 2 hours watching a series when you know you have a pure maths exam the next day. So yeah, that is that is my tip. The third thing is something that I so very hate. Oh, students, I don't know why students do this, but guys, don't discuss your exam paper right after the exam paper. It's not going to help you. It's just gonna give you more stress. Like everyone's discussing, is the answer 5? Is it 10? But you wrote 100. It's not going to help you. It's just going to give you more stress. And you know you still have more exams. You want to have a clear mind during exam season. Don't discuss the papers. Don't go looking up if your answer was correct. Calm down.
Calm down.
And move on to the next paper and focus on that. What's in the past is in the past. You wrote it when Cambridge is gonna mark. It's not gonna help you. Trying to discuss answers will give you stress. It will only give you stress, trust me, and you don't want to be stressed during exam season. My last tip is to get enough sleep. I cannot stress. You know what? Last year, so many people were getting into exams on like 3 hours of sleep. It won't work for you. It's not a good idea. I know some people still got straight A's, but it's not good in the long run. You don't want to be writing an exam with a brain that's like half awake. Get at least 8 hours of sleep. You should have been prepared by exam season. You should have been being sleep deprived.
What did she say?
Being sleep deprived before exams, not during exam season. You can sleep 2 hours before exams, but not during exam season. During exam season, you need to get at least 8 hours of sleep, because if your brain is well rested, trust me, you'll be writing beautiful answers in that exam. It's not the time to be trying to do funny things and try funny things. Please, these are your exams. They determine your future. So make wise decisions. Last but definitely not least, I'm going to give you 4 Bible verses that I think will get you through exam season. Like, they got me through exam season. The first one is my favorite verse, 2 Timothy 1 verse 7, which says, "For God has not given you the spirit of fear or timidity, but He has given you the spirit of power, love, and a sound mind." Guys, this verse is it. It will get you through exam season, guys. You have to remember, you have no fear in your heart. Any fear that you get during exam season is from the devil, because the Lord has not given you fear. He has given you power. Imagine power from the Almighty. That's power to do anything, power to get those A stars. A sound mind means no confusion, means no attacks from the devil. It means you're good. Don't even worry, like, you're good. Like, remember that any fear is not from God. You have no fear during exam season. The next verse that will definitely get you through exam season is Psalms 139 verse 14, which says, "I praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made." Now you're probably thinking, This verse, what does it have to do with my exams, right? Because like many people associate it with like the physical appearance. However, it just says you're fearfully and wonderfully made, which means each and every part of you, including your brain, is fearfully and wonderfully made. Now tell me, a brain that is made by the Almighty, it can get through anything. You can get through pure math. You need to remember every part of you is fearfully and wonderfully made, which means you will get through that. You have a fearfully and wonderfully made brain. You have a fearfully and wonderfully made mindset. You have a fearfully and wonderfully made everything. You will get through exam season with this, guys. Remember that you are fearfully and wonderfully made, and that includes your brain. And then the next verse that will get you through exam season is Philippians 4 verse 13, which says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Guys, you need to like say these words to yourself before each and every exam. Just say it in your head. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Just keep saying it, guys, because it is true. With the strength that God gives you, you can do all things, which means you can get those straight A's. You can get through that exam with no confusion. You can understand the material that comes in that exam, guys. You have to believe this, because if you doubt yourself, if you doubt the abilities that God has given you, you're not gonna succeed, because that doubt will just take over and you won't enjoy your exam. You won't enjoy the questions that come. So guys, remember that you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. And then the last verse is Isaiah 41 verse 10, which says, Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you, I will help you, I will uphold you with my righteous hand. Guys, this verse is everything. You need to remember this. Like I said, fear is from the devil. During exam season, you need to remember that whatever fear comes from the devil, and you need to rebuke it. This verse will help you to remember that you have strength from God. He says he will strengthen you. He will help you through each and every exam. Every time you come across that question that you're like, he will actually help you. He will help you through it. He will help you to understand it. So guys, remember these verses when you are writing your exams, and remember the tips that I have given you guys. They have helped me, and I believe they can help you too. Just so you know, not everything will work for you. Remember, like I said, to do what works for you. So don't then come to me if things don't go your way saying, but Grace, you said. No, guys, some of these things won't work for you, but some of them will. Just figure out what works for you. Remember, God is with you during your exam season, and I wish you all the best, guys, especially first time candidates. It can be really like scary and hard, but just remember, God is with you. You can do this. I hope that this video was very helpful. I enjoyed making it. Yeah, I hope this was very helpful. I will see you in my next video. Bye.